The famine will come. What are we doing? We need to get and hold up the hands of Patrick Paul and the Christian Council in every church. You hear what he say? People hear with their eyes. They need to see. We would be in worse condition if the church did not take responsibility. And sometimes we underplay and undervalue what the church does. But it's true, we need to do more. Let's do it. Listen, please join us next week so this domestic violence program series continues. And next week we're going to talk to a young lady who prostituted her life to feed her children, and she was a domestic violence victim. We have to have real talk. And the first place we begin not is with this index finger, but with this stuff. We love you. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the heartbeat of the nation, where we move our clients from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paiswell Forbes. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminy Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Jiminy Swain, and this is What's Trending, the spot where the buzz meets the bold, and we're diving headfirst into everything that's lighting up your feeds and turning heads. It's Thursday, September 11th, and trust me, we've got a lot to talk about. From students getting their backpacks and essentials to teachers being treated with sweet surprises. Today, we'll show you how the Coopers are making sure the entire Exuma family is ready to take on the new school year. Plus, on Celebration Key, we're uncovering the magic behind Baja Gala, the Bahamian jewelry brand turning island inspiration into stunning, one-of-a-kind pieces. Don't miss this sparkle-filled feature. And in economics, they're fast, they're viral, and they're reshaping the way we do business. From global trends to local impact, see how short-form videos are helping brands connect, create, and cash in. Stay with us. What's Trending is just getting started.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
So each year for the last maybe 10 or more years, we go to every school And the idea of going to every school is to ensure that we reach every child in every community at every school. It's a great task. It's really, Mrs. Cooper handles it. Let me just put it that way.
Good morning. Well, now I'm fantastic. Always just do your best, right? Do your best, and I want you to have a good school year. Listen to your teachers, be kind to each other, right?
Yes, Mom.
Okay. What's your name? Raynell. As for you, I hope you like what's in this bag, okay? As for you, hello. You all right? We're coming through, we're coming through. We have another bag for you as well. You're welcome. I hope you like the snacks. They're kind of
It's quite difficult. We have more than 13 schools in the district. We travel to every single one of them. It gives me great joy when I am able to do it, to see the smiles on their faces, to see the enthusiasm for coming back to school after being off for the summer months, and really the excitement about learning and seeing their friends and about the future. So when I'm able to interact with them, it brings me great joy. Notwithstanding the challenges, notwithstanding the vast areas that we must cover in the many schools, it really warms my heart to see the enthusiasm in their faces about their future. And I'm delighted as Member of Parliament to be a part of that future.
And guess what? We also have something today for your teachers. Because the teachers, that's exciting. Good. We gotta have something for our teachers, all the teachers, all the teachers, all the teachers. So we got a treat for them too.
You know, in small communities, large communities as well, but especially in small communities, this saying of it takes a village is true. It's very true. And we want to ensure that the janitresses, the custodian staff, the teachers, senior masters, principals, all start off the year with a bang. So we don't just give treats to the students, we take treats for everybody. We hear stories every day of how children go to school, sometimes without a pen or without lunch, and it's the janitress or it's a teacher or it's the principal who ensure that they have a great day or a great week and they continue to learn. So we must never forget the village, never forget everyone who play an important part in molding our children. Sometimes we go to funerals for a janitress, for example, and we see scores of children there in significant grief because of the impact that this person had on these young minds. So we want always to ensure that we capture everybody in our net of generosity when we go to do back to school, because back to school is for the entire ecosystem, the entire village, and the children benefit as a result of everybody being happy.
Well, that gives us a clear idea of how back to school is shaping up in Exuma and the Keys. And at the heart of it all is none other than the wife of Deputy Prime Minister and Island Representative Cecelia Cooper. Welcome to What's Trending. We're so honored to have you join us here for your first sit-down interview with us. It's definitely a pleasure.
Well, thank you, Geminita. It's certainly a pleasure to be here today.
Great to have you here with us. So many may think of you as a woman of leisure, but given that what you have to pull off logistically for the DPM's Back to School giveaway, I think it's safe to say that's a very different story for you. So how much planning actually goes into pulling off something of that scale?
Oh, goodness. Well, firstly, the woman of leisure comment. I've worked for the same job for the last 20 years, and I go to work every day.
Okay.
But yeah, that being said, there's quite a bit of planning going into the Back to School initiative. We start out earlier in the summer, in July, with the summer camp for kids. This year was the 10th year, and it was a summer camp where we engage children with crafts and sports and those type of things. Normally in Exuma, camps are happening all summer long, and we kind of stagger them so that the children have camp one week after the other week after the other week. So there's always something happening. And our campus, like I said, is craft and sports based, and they really enjoy. Every year we're learning something new. So a lot of planning, and sometimes at camp they tell you about back to school. So one thing kind of leads into the other. So this year we did quite a few crafts, and we did our own little business cards and business tags with sanitizer and bath salts and things like that that we labeled. And then they had a break, and then it was time for back to school.
Okay.
So first things first, things lead into each other, because we want to know what type of summer they had. We want to know, you know, the excitement for back to school. You have your teacher. So it took us going to the schools to really engage
and
connect and find out. Oh, and you remember everybody. Okay. You remember, you know, everybody remembers everybody. Right? Yes. All right. Especially the keys too.
And I was just going to get into that, because you're not just covering Exuma, you're covering the keys as well. So that's a lot.
So it was first it was setting items, and then it was just like, well, what are their names? You know? And then it was just like, I want to meet them. You know, and he said the same thing. Just was like, well, let's go meet them. You know, so we went, and sometimes it's getting on a plane, then a boat, and we got to meet every student and talk to them.
So that was actually what I was going to ask you about, because you know when you go into the Keys, you can't fly to all of them, but you go on a boat. So that's a lot logistically too. So how do you work all of that out to make sure you don't miss anybody?
It's a team effort, I must admit. So just preparing for them and getting the items is one thing, but the boat captain, sometimes it's a tour operator who says, hey, I'll take you. And they're taking us to the kids, or they're helping to transport the item. It's a boater, it's teachers, it's community persons who help to make everything come together. It's truly a community initiative, and people really come together for children, for kids.
That sounds good. And we saw from the video that obviously you didn't leave the educators out at all. So why was it important to include them in the initiatives as well?
One year I noticed, as we were giving the children their Christmas presents, and again, we go through the Keys, we have a party, we take Santa, and we make sure that you don't just get a gift, you get a party bag, we do an activity, it might be cookie decorating or ugly sweater competitions, a dance party, and then, you know, the teachers are just standing there. They're helpful, they're smiling, but they're there as well, and they're going back to school. They're celebrating Christmas. Sometimes teachers come to school and they give children lunch. Sometimes they help to groom students. And sometimes children come to school for love, and teachers give that love.
Thank you so much for chatting with us today and giving us a glimpse into the many hats you wear: wife, mother, professional community builder, and of course, boss lady. So that's definitely a lot. So we appreciate your time and everything that you do for the people of Exuma. I know that they definitely love that as well, and they love you.
And I love them.
Thank you so much. And speaking of celebrating amazing people, we want to extend a big congratulations to Milan, a proud 6th grader at Gerald Crash Primary, and Talia, a bright kindergartner at TG Glover Preschool, for winning our back to school giveaway. Remember to officially claim your prize. You must join us live in studio this coming Monday, September 15th, for a special interview right here on What's Trending. There's more What's Trending after the break. Stay with us.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer, Mark, crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Diet-friendly special. Snappy and impossible to ignore. That's the power of short-form videos. Whether it's TikTok, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts, these bite-sized clips have taken the world by storm, transforming not just how we consume content, but how businesses connect with their audiences globally and right here at home. Globally, short-form videos have skyrocketed in popularity, with billions of users watching and sharing content daily. This trend isn't just a passing phase, it's reshaping how brands engage with consumers. From regional audiences, including right here in the Bahamas, these platforms provide a unique space where local culture, language, and stories come alive, allowing businesses to connect in an authentic, relatable way. From a financial perspective, short-form video is a powerhouse. Brands are investing millions in targeted ads, influencer partnerships, and original content creation, capitalizing on the platform's vast reach and engagement. Research shows that short-form videos generate up to 8 times more engagement than traditional social media posts, directly translating to increased sales and brand loyalty. For small and medium-sized businesses, the low cost of producing engaging short videos levels the playing field, offering opportunities to reach audiences without the big budgets previously required. This shift in short-form video represents a pivotal moment in marketing strategy. It's not just about catchy clips, it's about real-time engagement, storytelling, and building communities. Businesses that adapt quickly are seeing measurable financial wins, from boosted online sales to heightened brand awareness and customer retention. In fact, a recent study found that businesses using short-form video content saw an average revenue increase of 20% within the first year. Brands like Nike or Duolingo have leveraged viral challenges and trends to drive explosive growth. With the continued rise of e-commerce in integration and shoppable videos, this trend is only set to grow, making short-form video not just a marketing tool, but a major driver of business growth and innovation. Keeping you in the mix with Economics.
Ready to be dazzled on today's edition of Celebration Key's Meet the Vendor series. We're sitting down with the talented mind behind Baja Gala, the homegrown Bahamian jewelry brand known for its one-of-a-kind island-infused creations.
Welcome to Celebration Key Meet the Vendor series, where we sat down with our vendors one-on-one, where they shared their story and their journey to becoming vendors at Celebration Key.
I'm Tanisha Carey, and the name of my business is Baja Gala. I became jaded in high school. Everyone was wearing this popular designer, beautiful jewelry, but everybody was literally fitting in, and I wanted persons to stand out, and I wanted to create something again where everyone could tell their story. So right out of high school, I decided to start creating jewelry for myself, and persons just started taking it off my neck. I design authentic Bahamian jewelry. I incorporate seeds, shells, gemstones, pearls to create something special for that individual. And I love telling a story with my pieces. So persons will be able to actually pre-book tours if they like. One of the wonderful, authentic things I'm offering at Celebration Key is that persons can actually come in, choose their design, and actually we assist them in creating their jewelry. So they have a hands-on experience. So they not only create something in the Bahamas, but they actually create something that was made by them within the Bahamas. So it keeps the authenticity going. They can choose from ready-made items. They can amend them as well if they want to personalize them. But they'll be able to come in and create their story at Baja Gala. And I think that's a priceless takeaway from the Celebration Key and, of course, from Grand Bahama. And I'm excited to share in that experience with them. I remember getting the call to come in and showcase my pieces from the Celebration Key team, and I went in, and I think they were surprised that I brought so much jewelry, but I wanted them to touch, to feel, to see exactly what I wanted to explain to them. And true story, before the meeting was done, by the time I got back to the Raven Mall, I had other Celebration team leaders in there vetting. I remember the first town hall meeting, and I was so intrigued that finally, I have the perfect platform to showcase my art. And like I said, pre-Dorian, and after Dorian hit, there was doubt, if Celebration Key is still going to be interested in creating such a magical platform. And then, of course, COVID happened. So I remained resilient, as Celebration Key did, and I am just so honored to be chosen by them, but I'm so happy for their investment in Grand Bahama, that they stuck it through and that they are here. It's happening. I still have to pinch myself that it's happening, and I have the honor of being a part of it. I'm Tanisha Carey, designer and CEO of Baja Gala Jewelry, and I cannot wait to have you stand out in my authentic Bahamian jewelry at Baja Gala at Celebration Key. Why fit in when we were designed to stand out?
What's Trending is turning 1, and we want to hear from you, our amazing viewers. In a short phrase, tell us what you love about What's Trending. Just grab your phone, turn it sideways, and record a quick 15-second video. Then WhatsApp your clip to 422-6827 for a chance to be featured on the show. Let's celebrate 1 year of trending moments together. And guess what? Our friends at Commonwealth Brewery heard we're turning 1, and they're joining the party. A lucky winner will receive a gift basket of goodies from 700 Wines and Spirits just for sending in a video. So get filming, get festive, and let's keep What's Trending trending. We can't wait to hear from you. Hurry! The promotion ends September 30th.
Like, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, boy.
I need the $10 special place.
How many would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Now that the kids are back in school, parents deserve a little me time, and what better way to unwind than with something sweet? The name says it all. Addiction Bakery is one of those spots where after just one cupcake, you'll be coming back for more. Based in the heart of Fox Hill, this small business packs a serious punch with its amazing range of sweet treats. Perfect for a little slice of relaxation in your day. Joining us on What's Trending today is the woman behind the brand, pastry chef and business owner Betty Bethel, who's been putting her culinary skills to the test in the most delicious way. Betty, welcome to What's Trending. It's so great to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So, tell us, how did you first get into cupcakes and pastry?
Okay, pastry, I started this brand when I was 14. It was a home-based business, and then I went off to school, I came back, I saw the demand, and I took advantage of the opportunity, but it's always been a passion of mine from I could walk. I lived next door to a bakery, and I get to play and flour and sugar from then, and
And
that's where it began. Yep, it stuck.
Makes sense. And from there, how did you take that passion and turn it into your full-fledged business? Yeah.
Well, I took that. I saw other bakeries doing the cakes and the more so decorative, but nobody really had cupcakes. It was one other bakery, and they inspired me. They laid down the foundation. I have to pay homage, but I saw the demand, and it just gave me the idea, let's do addiction.
What would you say is Cupcakes addiction? What is it? Are you planning on adding additional elements to the menu?
Well, right now we do a whole plethora of different items. Like we do cakes, we do cookies, banana bread, sweet potato bread. We have a daily retail.
Really?
You can walk in store and purchase.
All right, so I see that you brought some naked cupcakes. Yeah. And I know the segment is all about ideas for parents to enjoy while their kids are back to school. So baking can actually be super therapeutic.
Absolutely.
And decorating cupcakes is such a fun way to unwind. So I think that is what we're gonna get into today. So up first, tell us, what do you want to do when you dress a cupcake?
So first, you'd like your cupcakes to be nice and cool.
Okay.
Once they're cool, it'll stop that frosting from slipping away and easier for transport.
Okay.
But in order to start decorating, you'll have to choose like your piping tip. I brought you a nice florally one because I feel like it's flowers.
All right.
And then what we're going to be using today is what we call American buttercream.
Okay.
It's not too sweet. It's light and fluffy. I find it's easier to decorate with, especially for beginners and homebodies.
Bakers, yeah, okay. So there should be something fun for the people, the children and the school. I want to have some fun. I want to have something sweet.
But you don't even have to get so fancy. You don't need a piping tip. You can use a Ziploc bag.
And just clip the ends.
You got it.
All right, now I tell you I do any piping before, but I see it that people do.
But I'm going to show you. So the best way to fill a piping bag is you're going to have your hand in like a C. So you're going to take a little bit and press towards your hand.
Okay.
So you want to constantly press towards your hand until it's slightly full. You don't want to overfill a piping bag. If you overfill a piping bag, you can develop over time something called carpal tunnel. So you could feel it in your wrist.
Yeah.
There you go. So I prefer smaller, bigger bags and filled halfway. It helps with the control as well.
Okay.
Okay. You want to give it a try? You want me to set it for you?
Okay. So you want me to grab a cupcake?
Yeah, grab a cupcake.
Okay.
You're the artist.
See. Oh, so I'm just going with.
Go ahead.
But you want to
You
even
want me to
show
show
me?
you?
Give me an
Okay, let me
idea.
show you.
Yeah. Give me an idea.
I like this for people to show me that I can wreck. Because you might be a natural, but I'll give you a demo.
Boy.
Yep, I got pictures.
I can just pick something.
So what you want to do is start with even pressure. You're going to go around just in a little circle. And there you go.
All right. That looks easy enough, but again, you're the pro.
And then you can top it with your favorite sprinkles. I brought you some choices to match your pretty outfit in
Thank you. Thank you. So let me scoot this
There you
over.
go.
Now.
Even pressure.
Even pressure.
You want to stand in the middle.
Oh, but I was trying to be decorative.
Oh, go ahead. You know,
Let me see what I can do.
This is therapeutic. You do what you feel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do something.
A little flower.
Actually, don't tell me don't make it ugly, so you can make it fun.
Use your imagination. You're at home.
Getting ready for the party. Nice.
This is gorgeous.
And based on the range of products you talked to us about, the inspiration from your grandmother who basically gave you the foundation that you have to make so many items. Do you have a favorite cupcake or cake or something that you like to bake that speaks to you? What do you like?
Yes, I do.
What's your unwinding food?
I would say that I make would be my grandmother's banana bread that we sell in store.
Oh.
It brings back memories, almost teary-eyed, but it's a piece of art every time. And then when I hear customer feedback that, hey, they really enjoyed it and they have to come back for that one specific item, it makes me feel like she's right there with us.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
That's
that one item.
And so finally, for those persons who are now craving a sweet treat, saying that we recreated something here, how can they find you or place orders or even follow you online?
Okay, so they can follow us on Instagram at Addiction Bahamas, and they can also WhatsApp us, give us a call at 426-4441.
Well, Teddy, thanks so much for joining us on What's Trending and keep fueling the addiction for these sweet treats. Obviously, the taste buds will be tantalized, I can tell you that. So more great stories after the break. Stay with us.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Diet-friendly special.
That's how we wrap up a trending week. Follow us on Instagram. That's at What's Trending on ZNS for show clips and behind-the-scenes moments. See you Monday at 6 p.m. for more lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Next week, we're celebrating What's Trending Turning 1. Make sure to tune in to see the surprises we have up our sleeves. You won't want to miss it. Have a great weekend.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. Staff of the Registrar General's Department sitting out, citing poor working conditions. Plus, the Minister of Works provides an update on the Jackaywood Senior High School Gymnasium. And with rental woes on the rise, are you aware of your rights as a tenant? Here where the Chief Price Inspector wants you to know.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, ongoing concerns regarding the health and safety of the Registrar General Department's workplace has reached its boiling point as employees are sitting out until a suitable resolution is found. Our Matthew Martin Burrows shares more details in tonight's top story.
From a consistent mold presence throughout the office space to the lack of a proper bathroom, employees of the Registrar General Department are now operating outside the doors of the department in protest to what they call lackluster working conditions.
But they found a space.
An employee within the department's certification sector, Laniqua Aline, noted additional issues like non-operational phone lines to a lack of a water fountain, typical office appliances, has become a strain on herself and her colleagues.
This problem with the mold, this has been an ongoing problem. I've been here for 2 years now, and I have employees that have been here longer than myself. And we were told over and over and over that we will move. They had people coming in to check to see if it's a mold problem. We never get the results back.
In the fray is Northern Region Vice President for the Bahamas Public Services Union, Latoya Cartwright. She says a conversation is ongoing with the permanent secretary and the overseeing departments in the nation's capital on the concerns.
I've now acquired a conversation with the PS and the registrar in Nassau, along with the officers in charge here, and they're now promising to address the concerns and that they are looking into them. However, I just do not like the fact that it keeps occurring and the matters take so long to be resolved to the point where the staff has to be uncomfortable.
Now, we have reached out to the Department of Labor on the matter, and here's the update they have provided.
The Labor Department was not contacted.
But once we were made aware, being proactive, we decided that we would look into it for the benefit and for the safety of all those concerned. As far as that department is concerned, yes, I am aware that the staff has been sent home due to some concerns about the health and safety of the building. A team from the Labor Department in Grand Bahama is presently meeting with the management staff and conducting an investigation, and there will be a further update on that tomorrow.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Thanks, Matthew. Switching gears now, work is soon to commence resume on the Jack Haywood Senior High School Gymnasium. That is according to the Minister of Works, who says the return of the facility will fill a void left after years of inoperation. Cleopatra Murphy has the details.
After years of delay, Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, is looking to get the stalled renovation of the Sir Jack Haywood Senior High School Gymnasium back on course. He and Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, inspected the long-shuttered facility where renovation began in 2022, Thursday. Sweeting says the major issues are replacing the flooring, the HVAC system, and the generator.
Our next step is to ensure that the flooring is in Grand Bahama, to ensure that this gets put down as quick as possible, and the HVAC systems are also here. The contractor has started to mobilize his team to build the systems to elevate the outdoor units in case of another storm, and we hope that in the next few months you would see the HVAC installed, the flooring completed, and then the generator, which may be a long lead item, installed thereafter.
Officials met with contractor Patrick McDonald, and the aim is to get the gym operational in a matter of months.
I think for us, as an administration, as a government, is to complete these projects to ensure that the people in Grand Bahama help to take use of the school in Holmes Rock, the gym here at Jack Haywood, to ensure we complete these construction projects.
The Minister of Education says the gym is important as officials want to facilitate the strong sporting energy on the island. Her ministry and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture are working together to create a structured sporting program to ensure that every teacher and every coach is certified in the sport they teach.
That's to ensure proficiency, excellence in the sport. And we are hoping that out of this, we're going to see some really strong athleticism, unlike we've not seen before, because we know we have strong athletes, but it's when it's now being coordinated and structured and targeted. And so we think it's going to be just a spectacular display of sporting in the years to come. So we need this gym.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, amid concerns over soaring rental prices, the chief price inspector is raising questions about whether tenants know their rights. He outlined some of those rights tonight following a growing number of disputes between landlords and tenants. More details in this report.
Landlords taking it upon themselves to raise the rent without giving proper notice.
That's just one of the issues Chief Price Inspector Reno Smith says the Consumer Protection Department has been addressing. But another practice he's seen from some landlords may come as a surprise.
They're trying to levy special charges on tenants for hot water for using the heater.
It's a troubling issue for renters who are already struggling with high electricity costs. That's why Smith is urging tenants to know their rights, including their entitlement to safe, well-maintained living conditions.
Premises are properly clean, yard is maintained on a regular basis. Septic tanks are properly covered. There should be no overrunning of sewage.
Smith is also appealing to renters to keep their records up to date, including receipts of payments.
Every time a tenant pays a rent, landlords should give them a receipt. Failure to give a tenant a receipt, you can be fined in court up to $1,000. All right? I don't care how friendly you are with the landlord. I'm going to get that receipt to you. No. Even if the landlord has to write on a piece of paper.
He adds that proper lease agreements are essential, and when it comes to security deposits, Smith says this is often a major source of dispute.
Landlords must give refunds when persons would have given notice to move. We have a lot of landlords, and I find out that, and I mean nothing by this, the main reason landlords don't want to give refunds is because most of them are broke.
In many cases, he notes the reasons landlords give for withholding security deposits are simply invalid.
Well, they dirty the wall. That's basic wear and tear. When it comes to the last month's rent, the landlord can work that out with the tenant. The tenant should not think that they can automatically live out the last month's rent.
News from Bimini. Some employees at Resorts World Bimini being asked to relocate from their living quarters in the coming days. However, the resort says the issue is being addressed. Shane Stubbs has the latest in this report.
Some Bahamian workers over at Resorts World Bimini have to be relocated. This as over 100 workers were informed that dorms 4 and 5, management cottages, and the triplex would no longer be available. The resort releasing a statement clarifying the ongoing situation and what it means for its workers. It reads, at Resorts World Bimini, our team members are the heart of our operation, and their well-being remains our top priority. Due to circumstances beyond our control, 2 of the properties previously used for employee housing are no longer available to us. As a result, we have asked the affected team members to transition to alternative accommodations. We remain fully committed to supporting our team members during this period of change and are ensuring that all impacted individuals have access to suitable housing arrangements. Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith, also confirming ongoing discussions on the relocation of employees through a press statement. It reads, I was made aware of a matter involving some employees of Resorts World Bimini, particularly as it relates to housing accommodations. I am in communication with the relevant government agencies as well as the resort, and the matter is being actively addressed. It closes, the focus remains on ensuring our community has a strong and stable future. From the Ministry of Labor standpoint, Executive Manager Quentin LaRota says no complaints have been logged to the ministry's office in Bimini, signaling that the situation remains under control. However, they are monitoring the situation.
The resort has made alternative arrangement for the staff. We had no complaints actually came to the Department of Labor in Bimini. It's a situation that we see a solution for eventually. And we have someone on the ground keeping us updated. We don't anticipate any long-term negative effects on the employees or them not being able to lay or rest their head.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Tonight, in continued observance of World Suicide Prevention Day, we bring you the powerful story of a young man who seemingly had it all. But behind the smiles, he was silently battling depression. That silent struggle nearly cost him his life. Now he's bravely speaking out, sharing his journey from despair to hope. Our Shishina Will Farquharson sits down with him as he opens up about his darkest moments, his fight to survive, and the path that led him to healing.
We had a great childhood. I mean, we didn't have it all, but we had a mother who tried to give us all.
Floyd Lightbourne on the surface has always been the face of happiness, a popular social media influencer and widely known as the dancehall king. He's loved by many, but Floyd admits that his mother's death from cancer drastically changed his life.
Well, the day I'll never forget is August 8, 2011. That's the day I found my mother dead on her bed. And that's when, depression really kicked in. I gave up on love. I gave up on life. I just wanted to be with my mother. That was my best friend. That's when it really started. I took it on everybody. I stopped talking to family members, stopped talking to friends. Honestly speaking, after my mother died, all I used to do was drink alcohol.
And gave up he did. With the excessive use of alcohol, Floyd lost his family, his job, his home, and eventually became homeless.
I used to sleep in the car every night. gone there one night and the car was gone. The owner of the property told the car with all my clothes, with all my belongings, everything in it. So I had nothing but the shirt on my body. I was sleeping on Walter Parker bench for months, and I never told nobody. I never told my brothers. I never told my sister, never told my grandmother, never told nobody. I believe it had to do with shame and embarrassment too, because I was up there with the family life and the house and everything, and I joined the rock bottom. I had absolutely nothing.
From there, depression and the thoughts of suicide became overwhelming.
I just remember I went to the gas station and I bought a bunch of painkillers. I had a bottle of rum. I don't even know the rum name. And I said, if you love me so much, you would not let me wake up tomorrow. And
This is what you told God?
Yeah, so I took the pills, swallowed a whole bottle of rum, and lo and behold, I woke right back up. I called my pastor, Pastor Simeon Houghton, and I told him what was going on. He called me to the church. Him and a couple of elders, we sit down, we talk. That morning I talked to Pastor Simeon Houghton. By that evening, I was in an apartment.
He says despite throwing in the towel, God threw it back and said it was just not his time.
Things would be going great in my life, and I just would be depressed. Like, I just would be mad at the world, and I just be like, I tired of this life for no reason. I don't understand why. I can't even understand it. But sometimes I get it, but like to say, I actually tried to take my own life, I never did it no more. Just like depression is real, suicide is real, God is real. Jehovah, our Heavenly Father, is real. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, is real. Holy Spirit, our Comforter, is real. Trust in them. Trust in the Almighty God. That's number one. Number two, find a mentor.
He believes that the fight to live was worth it, not just for him, but for anyone battling depression or suicide.
I know God is always there for me because he brought me, he gave me everything, then he brought me down to nothing, then he brought me back up to everything. Like, that's only God. That's only now. Look at me now. Living good, working, got my own place, fall back in love with someone again, about to get married next year. I got a beautiful fiance, beautiful kids. Like, my life, imagine if I did take my life. I never was going to experience nothing I'm experiencing now.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shashina Rolf-Farquharson.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
The Snack Place has the best variety at the best prices, from chips, cookies, and candies to $2 snack bags packed with goodies. Find them in the Sunset Commercial Plaza next to the bicycle shop in Carvel Beach. They're open from Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Allowing you to fall into savings, offering remarkable savings with a clearance sale of up to 40% off. Yes, 40% off on selected items. This September special is worth falling for. Visit us to explore our selection of wood look planks, as well as wall and floor tiles. Act quickly. Stuff is moving fast. Call them at 352-7920.
team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Another group of illegal immigrants apprehended. Immigration officers acting on intelligence armed with search warrants conducted operations at multiple locations across Freeport and 8 Mile Rock areas. As a result of this targeted exercise, 7 Haitian males were apprehended after being found without legal status in the Bahamas. The immigrants were taken into custody and transported to the immigration headquarters in Freeport for further processing. It was confirmed that each individual had overstayed their permitted time in the Bahamas. 7 Haitian nationals were formally charged with overstaying. The accused appeared before Senior Magistrate LaQuay Lang in the Freeport Magistrates Court. The defendants were unrepresented by legal counsel and assisted by an interpreter, pled guilty to each charge. Each Haitian national was convicted and fined $250 with a default custodial sentence of 1 month at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services, BDOCS. Once the fines were paid or custodial sentences completed, the individuals will be handed over to immigration officials for deportation to their country of origin. The Department of Immigration remains steadfast in its commitment to upholding the laws of the Bahamas and will continue to take firm action against these individuals found in violation. Well, 3 men aged 29 years, 27 years, 25 years, and a female aged 30 years appeared before the Magistrates Court in Freeport on charges of sacrilege, sharp breaking, and stealing. The charges stem from a local church and school break-in over the weekend on Grand Bahama. According to reports, the female, along with the 27-year-old man, pleaded not guilty and were granted bail in the amount of $5,000 with 1 or 2 sureties. Their matter was adjourned until the 12th of November 2025. However, the 2 other co-accused pleaded guilty and were sentenced to 4 years and 6 months at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. Police say the suspect stole a combined total of $8,000 worth of inventory from the properties. And that is a look at stories making news. Jay, what's happening in sports?
High school volleyball starts in about 2 weeks. Also on sports again, softball. I played a sport that you were very good
Absolutely.
at. The Noah's family, the Churchill family, you guys
went pro.
Softball. Pro, okay, you're pro. But that's coming up in sports from Miko.
All right, that's coming your way next. But first, a check on the local weather forecast.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose, crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products that bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
Get a jump on your health and fitness goals with the Fitness Connections Transformation Challenge. We've already helped hundreds of people get closer to their health and fitness goals and achieve awesome results like you see here. You can scan the QR code to find out more. But let me tell you what all comes with the challenge. 1, you get 20% off coupons to the Fitness Connection every 2 weeks. You get coaching calls with us on Zoom. get accountability, us checking in on you. And you also get the chance to win $1,000 and other prizes if you are the winner. So what do you have to lose? $50, you can have a chance to win $1,000 and get the body of your dreams. So scan the code now, sign up. We're here to help you.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top. In sports, the Northern Bahamas High School Volleyball Championships is scheduled to take place in Abaco this year at the end of the regular season. The past few years, tournament has been held in Freeport, but with the success of Abaco teams over the past years, the focus now shifts to Marsh Harbor Abaco.
Northern Bahamas will be held this year. It's scheduled to take place this year in Abaco, and that will be from Grand Bahama. We'll be taking the finalists of both the senior boys and the senior girls. So 4 teams will be coming from Grand Bahama, and of course we'll be having teams from Abaco and Bimini to participate in the Northern Bahamas Volleyball Championship.
Next in sports, Joshua Dames recently represented the Bahamas as a member of the senior men's national basketball team that played at the FIBA America Cup in Nicaragua. With his college eligibility up, Joshua is now looking to play at the professional level.
Right now, I'm currently doing my master's degree in professional studies, and I also am the grad assistant coach with the women's basketball team at Lake Erie College. So I'm getting to see the game from a whole different view while I try to prepare and make myself a better player on and off the court with my IQ on the court, trying to make my skills even better, more sharp, more fluid, everything. Because I still do plan on being a pro. It's just a different journey. Even though I had the opportunity to represent my country, play for the national team, and learn so much from not only the coaches, but the players as well. Like certain opportunities when you're trying to go pro doesn't always add up the right way, and you just got to take a different route, honestly.
And last in sports, softball action continues on Friday at the softball park at the sports complex with 2 games on schedule. At 7 p.m., Sagoma Nailers will take on Girls Like Diamonds in ladies fast pitch play. And at 8 p.m., the Unknowns are scheduled to play GB Players in men's fast pitch. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Grand Bahama Cows is allowing you to fall into savings, offering remarkable savings with a clearance sale of up to 40% off. Yes, 40% off on selected items. This September special is worth falling for. Visit us to explore our selection of wood look planks, as well as wall and floor tiles. Act quickly. Stuff is moving fast. Call them at 352-7920.
Doctors Hospital has reimagined primary care. We've invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations in Freeport and 8 Mile Rock, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
My name is Terrence Roberts III. I'm the Managing Director and founder of Berkshire Bahamas Farms. We're a livestock and agriculture business here in Freeport, Grand Bahama, where we focus on education, community, youth development, and the use of technology. Try to do everything from a more innovative stance where we can make an impact in the community through the youth and economic empowerment. And as you can see right behind me, we have a scripture on the wall where we discuss how the Lord gave us the earth to steward, and that's what we're trying to do here at the farm. So we're located right off the Grand Bahama Highway. You can find us on Google. The directions are there. All of our hours of operation are included. You can reach us also at 242-441-7777 and Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, Berkshire Bahamas Farms.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks so much for watching. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight, coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, prospective voters have their say on pending changes to the electoral process. Plus, addressing common challenges in the region and plotting the way forward. And the man tapped to serve as the next U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas outlines his priorities if appointed. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The Parliamentary Registration Department kickstarting its education campaign on the new voting process with help from all media platforms and a series of town hall meetings. The goal is to ensure everyone's ready when national and local elections are called. There's the assurance that the input and concerns raised during these meetings will be reviewed. Our LaDon Davis takes it from here. LaDon?
Makushla, dozens of Bahamians are sitting inside the Performing Arts Center here at the University of the Bahamas, waiting to hear more details about the biometric voter cards set to be distributed here and across the country in January of 2026. Now, I got a chance to speak to the Parliamentary Registrar, Mr. Harrison Thompson, before the actual town hall meeting got started, and he said that tonight's town hall meeting is about verification and card processing. Now, I also got a chance to catch up with one of the attendees, Mr. Alfred Portier, who's going to just give me briefly about his expectations or his personal expectations of this town hall meeting tonight. Mr. Portier, talk to me.
I'm thinking this is a good idea, long overdue. It brings safety into the voting process. Those old cards could have easily been forged. So this is a perfect example, same technology as the passport, so it's safe and secure.
All right, Mr. Portier. Now, Mr. Thompson told me also that a few town hall meetings are not only going to take place here in the capital, but around the Family Islands. But for now, Makushla, we're going to head inside into the town hall meeting to hear what else, I guess, officials have to say and what Bahamians have to say about the biometric voter cards. But for now, let's turn things over to Corval Pyfrom, who's standing by with more about a training session that took place today for administrators and local government practitioners. Corval?
This was the charge Thursday. The Family Island administrators and other senior local government officials participating in this two-day seminar put on by the Parliamentary Registration Department from its head, Harrison Thompson.
So I want to charge you to ensure that you stick to the rules, follow the guidelines that have been set, and the training that we're giving you for these 2 days.
Minister with responsibility for elections, National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, underscoring the significance of the Parliamentary Registration Department, telling officials how their work helps guide both the electoral and governmental processes.
Some may wonder why the Parliamentary Registration Department is actually in the Ministry of National Security. For myself, I think it is a natural place for it to be, because if you reflect on it, what you will be doing next year, sometime that only one man knows that date, will impact national security.
As the Parliamentary Registration Department prepares to roll out biometric cards, Minister Munro telling reporters on the sidelines of Thursday's session he doesn't anticipate any hiccups with the new system.
It's technology that's not new. Anyone who has entered the Bahamas and used the kiosk, you scan your passport, you look at the camera, you put down your print, and it shoots out a piece of paper. This is the person whose passport this is. Here is a picture of them. It's basically that same technology, only for a different purpose.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pfeiffer.
Now, Makushla, what I can tell you is over 50 attendees are in the Performing Arts Center waiting to hear more about the biometric voter cards. And if you can't see, I can tell you that Bahamians are still trickling in, but we'll have more on this story coming up in tomorrow's newscast. Back to you in studio.
Well, thanks, LaDawn. Meantime, One Caribbean, the Inter-American Development Bank's comprehensive framework, recognizes the common challenges facing the region and seeks to address them through a territorial focus and coordinated regional approach. One Caribbean's four main priorities, according to IDB consultant Christopher Singler, are food security, climate adaptation and disaster risk management, citizen security, and private sector engagement, all collectively challenging Caribbean countries like Jamaica, Barbados, and the Bahamas.
Through its programming, has now shifted some of its focus towards creating a greater impact at scale. This is bigger, impacting more through doing regional programming collectively among the countries, so that we're not just going to be doing individual programs. Those will continue. Each country has a country strategy, but we're going to find the common elements among these and coordinate. So, for example, even with this project preparation facility, we say if you bring a project to us, it must be regional in focus, or if national, it must have regional replicability. That means it can be implemented in more than one country. So you have an excellent project in, say, Bahamas on water and sanitation. We would look at the lessons, we would look at the structuring, we would look at the experiences and say, hey, you know what? In Trinidad and Tobago, there is a need for water and sanitation.
Now, today, stakeholders met to discuss the year in review and the way forward. Since last year, One Caribbean has launched the One Safe Caribbean initiative to combat transnational organized crime, enhance innovative climate finance instrument, and design a multi-donor trust fund, among other accomplishments. On the initiative's to-do list this year is expanding the coverage of equality and efficient healthcare in the region, strengthening the water sector, and scaling up the Regional Fiscal Research Center at the University of West Indies.
And we want to be able to progress as quickly as we can, because, you know, development can't wait. People's livelihoods and lives need to be transformed, but we want to do it in a responsible way. So we want to, you know, be consistent in our approach to dealing with the environment, dealing with gender, dealing with inclusion, dealing with bringing people who are marginalized into the space, reducing poverty. So our thing is to ensure that we can get countries as close as possible to achieving their sustainable development goals.
Well, the unfortunate fate of a Long Islander forced to endure riding on the back of a truck before taking an emergency flight to the capital for medical treatment, fueling a response from the Prime Minister on the issue. LaDawn Davis has more on the story.
Hours after Long Islander Brenda Wells was transported from a Long Island clinic to the airport on the back of a pickup truck and later airlifted to the capital for further medical treatment, the issue garnered the attention of Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, who not only addressed the state of the country's healthcare system, but came bearing good news for Long Island residents.
I'm also advised that an ambulance procured for Long Island will be sent, because no Bahamian should be carried on the back of a truck when their life is in danger. But that was our life. I mean, we have procured ambulances.
The Prime Minister also confirms that EMS personnel will receive the necessary training to operate Long Island's much-needed ambulance.
As a result of knowing all these things and recognizing it, we have begun training of more EMS personnel, because just getting the ambulances alone, and that's what we found out, we got about 15 new ambulances, but the challenge is we didn't have EMS personnel to be able to take these ambulances along. And so we have trained and began training many of them.
And after that, the Prime Minister went further, stating that his government is investing heavily in new hospitals and Family Island clinics to expand capacity.
We have upgraded Family Island clinics, many of which had gone without improvements for decades. We expanded telemedicine so that a patient in Nago or Meguana could be seen by a specialist in Nassau. We trained and upskilled Bahamian health professionals so our own people can deliver world-class care.
The Prime Minister made it clear that the national healthcare system's development remains a personal priority. He committed to do his best to ensure that Long Island residents and family islanders nationwide receive the best quality healthcare possible. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Well, meantime, there's a new healthcare facility here in Weston, New Providence, whose focus goes beyond the family to stem cell research and regenerative therapy. Cutting the ribbon on the Cell Collabs and Live Well facility in Sandy Port last evening, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis expressed confidence that the Bahamas will remain on the cutting edge of technology as leaders in stem cell research.
You talk about the new bill that we passed, the Longevity and Regenerative Bill. A lot of people really don't appreciate the genesis of initiatives. The genesis of this initiative, though, yes, it started in 2015 with the Stem Cell Act, of which I was again involved with as a legislator. The new approach, the expanded approach that truly addresses this question of aging. I was persuaded that aging is a disease and we need to attack it.
Applauding Dr. Desiree Cox for her mentorship and advocacy for stem cell research here in the Bahamas, owner Dr. Darius Payne shared some of the benefits and standard of care the new stem cell facility offers.
We have established our safety, and so the next step is to take us to the next level. We also do a systemic study where we are looking at the effects of these mesenchymal stem cells on cardiovascular disease, one of the biggest killers in the Bahamas. And so our intent is to make this science readily available to everyone, my mother, my brother, my sister, myself, so that we can treat the Bahamas, we can heal the Bahamas, and the Bahamas can be here for many, many more years to come.
Well, coming up, the National School Breakfast Program celebrates a significant milestone. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. This morning is in a moment.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this one, sis.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The last eclipse of our galaxy. Scientists are gathered here today to witness this extraordinary event. Simply marvelous, extraordinary, unforgettable, one of a kind. Oh man, that's amazing.
You can't ignore the craving that makes everything crunch. The new crispy barbecue bacon sandwich with barbecue sauce, cheddar, bacon, crispy onions, and an extra large chicken fillet. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Hello, bonjour, hola, hello, ciao.
No matter where your passport takes you, BTC roaming keeps you effortlessly connected. Enjoy seamless calls, lightning-fast data, and affordable roaming across the globe. No SIM swaps, no stress. Just one network, working everywhere. So go ahead, explore the world, and still be just a call away from home.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmare dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
You're looking at a shot there of the C.H. Reeves Junior High School off Robinson Road. It's named after Cleveland Harrington Reeves, commemorating his lasting contributions to education and civic life here in the Bahamas. It's one of 2 government secondary schools named in honor of a member of the Reeves family, alongside Anatole Rogers High School, named after his daughter, who was the first Bahamian female principal of the government high school. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Kyson Miller. Well, welcome back. It started in less than 10 schools, but today the National Breakfast Program has expanded to more than half of the 161 public schools countrywide, impacting the lives of an increasing number of students. Cleopatra Murphy has that story.
The school breakfast program marked a major milestone Thursday morning, celebrating 1 million breakfasts served to primary school students since it began in 2023.
No one thought that when we started with the 8 schools that we would be here today with all of these schools, 115, 1 million breakfasts. No one thought. They might have said, oh, it's a gimmick. It's not a gimmick, it's a commitment to the children of this nation.
A commitment that Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, says is producing results, leading to an increase in school attendance and better academic performance. She was joined by Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, Minister of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the Honorable Miles LaRota, and education officials at Cleveland Eneas Primary School as they marked the occasion with youngsters who were taking full advantage of the opportunity to fuel their brains. Director of Education, Dominique McCartney-Russell, is pleased with the initiative.
We are really excited to partner with parents who do not have to provide the breakfast for their children. We're in the preschools, we are in the primary schools, we are special schools, the central secondary schools, and all of our students love the program. And it's not just about fueling the brain, but if you watch the children, they're seated, they are having communication with one another, and so it also feeds that social aspect of their development.
Prime Minister Davis and Minister LaRota, the area's Member of Parliament, say the breakfast program has been extremely impactful for students.
It is our view that no child should start the morning hungry. And the program has been proving beneficial. We still have a lot to do. We have improved grades, we've improved attendance, and there's still a lot more to be done.
We found that it's increased the student population, kids who come to school, and it's reflective in their grades. And the Prime Minister's position and the Minister of Education position is it's going to be hard for kids to learn if their stomach is empty.
Some 20,000 students across the country now benefit from the program. The Minister of Education is hopeful that it can one day expand to junior high and senior high schools. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Bahamas Power and Light's denying claims it's behind Preston Aubrey High School's opening late, with the company in a release confirming power had been restored to the Eleuthera campus this morning. Here's what company's COO Anthony Christie shared during this morning's OPM's press briefing.
An electrical installation was done that wasn't approved, and it should have been approved through the entities, the Ministry of Works, or a certified electrician. And again, BPL and that at that end would then connect to make sure that the supply is connected to the installation. But because something was not correct, this causes them to have an issue. And this could have been worse than it is. Presently, it was a minor an outage. It could have resulted in a fire, and that would have been the worst case scenario. But right now, BPL went in there. They would have done a temporary fix. But again, a permanent solution has to be done. A certified electrician has to be used. Ministry of Works has to approve, and then we can firm up this connection for the school. But the school should be on temporarily right now.
Meantime, nearly 2 weeks after an early morning fire broke out at its Fresh Creek plant in Central Andros, BPL Regional Manager Northern Region Marvin Green's confirming that the plant has been stabilized. According to Green, all customers were back on the grid within 30 to 36 hours, and while infrastructure had been compromised, officials were able to remove debris from the plant, while 3 machines were not impacted.
Teams are working around the clock to get all of those things back together. And right now, the Central Andros plant is back in service. We're still working on some other issues to bring it back to 100%. but it's serviceable now, and all of the customers are online as well. We have the rental on standby, or that's in use. That's in pretty good shape, and so there are no complaints in that area right now.
Well, after more than a decade, the Bahamas may soon have itself a new U.S. ambassador. American professional athlete, business leader, and community advocate Herschel J. Walker began the nomination process this morning to become the country's top U.S. diplomat right here. Altaviz Munnings joins us in studio with details on Walker's enthusiasm and optimism to solidify America's diplomatic relations with the Bahamas. Good evening, Altaviz.
And good evening to you. 63-year-old Herschel J. Walker declared in his testimony to the United States Senate Foreign Relations Committee Thursday that although he has never officially held the title of ambassador, he has spent decades serving as an informal ambassador to American youth, military, and professional athletes. That coupled with his successful entrepreneurial ventures. The United States ambassador to the Bahamas nominee assured that if he's confirmed, he will prioritize keeping American tourists and visitors and residents, safe and secure, as well as work closely with the Bahamian government on all matters pertaining to mutual security.
China is trying to increase its influence in the region. It has built nearly a $3 billion deep water port in the Bahamas and has made other moves that can threaten our national security. There is a rise in the drug smuggling there in the Bahamas, and this is a real danger to the United States. The threat of America's lives cannot be overstated. Tackling this serious problem requires leadership, cooperation between our government.
The Bahamas' close proximity to the U.S. mainland, the trade partnership, and foreign relations interests formed the nucleus of the questions pitched to Walker by the U.S. Senate Foreign Relations Committee.
What policy approaches, in your judgment, should we pursue to help the Bahamas resist Chinese pressure?
Work with a lot of the American companies to come to the Bahamas to see the key investments that they can make down in the Bahamas to combat against China, because I think they're coming down with a lot of money. And so if we can get other American companies to come down to invest as well in the Bahamas, that'll be a starting point.
Can you work to build an even stronger law enforcement and counter-narcotic relationship between the United States and the Bahamas?
I can build a championship team if we're all working together, and I can commit to that I can get them to know how important that they will be in the Bahamas and getting things done.
The Senate Foreign Relations Committee will now vote on whether to recommend Walker to the full Senate for confirmation. The committee can give a favorable, unfavorable, or no recommendation at all. Now, to be confirmed, a nominee must receive a majority of the votes in the U.S. Senate. This is a story we are continuing to follow. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings. Back to you.
Well, thanks, Altaviz. Americans today marking 24 years since the 9/11 attacks. Nearly 3,000 people were killed that fateful Tuesday when al-Qaeda Islamist terrorists hijacked 4 commercial airliners, flying 2 of them directly into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. Since then, the U.S. has waged a global war on terror groups and countries supporting terrorists. Security measures have also been increased during traveling. U.S. President Donald Trump has forewarned that if America is attacked, we will hunt you down.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on a live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
During Little Caesars Carnival of Specialties, you're gonna want to try everything. Like wearing a Balloon Man costume.
Or turning into a tuba?
No! Like trying all the varieties from the Carnival of Specialties at a special price for a limited time, only at Little Caesar.
For just $13 VAT inclusive, get it now at Little Caesars, Oatsfield, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Charles Saunders Highway, and Prince Charles in the One East Plaza.
Pizza, pizza.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, it's about that time to check in on what's coming up in Access Now, and holding it down for us is our Jimmy Sway. Jimmy?
Hey, Makashla, we have some important news for our men. You know, September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, so those men between the ages of 40 to 70, make sure to tune in for some key information.
Listen up, listen up. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight continues after this.
Diet-friendly special.
Wait, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special plate. How many would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Find your future with certificate courses from the University of the West Indies. Fast and affordable, our courses give you the skills to get hired, promoted, and ahead of the game. Choose project management, supervisory management, law for human resources, business and commercial law, and even technical skills like Canva design, web design, and computer repair and networking. Register now at global.uwi.edu/Bahamas or WhatsApp 456-6687. The University of the West Indies, Global Campus, the Bahamas.
Blessings gonna find me here.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
And that there does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
A new era is dawning in Grand Bahama. An opportunity, it's knocking louder than ever. Introducing Tract B, Bahama Reef Yacht and Country Club, Unit 1. A prime corner commercial property, footsteps from the Port Lacaya Marketplace, crystal clear waters and white sandy beaches. This expansive 4.8-acre tract is zoned for commercial and multi-use development. Envision a thriving restaurant, a boutique hotel, or an entertainment hub unique to your vision come to life. You can live, work, play, and learn in paradise when you seize this rare opportunity today. Collaborate with DEFCO, and let's shape the future of Grand Bahama Island together.
In 1953, the United States began using a female name for storms. And by 1978, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms. This was then adopted in 1979 for storms in the Atlantic Basin. The National Hurricane Center does not control the naming of tropical storms. Instead, there is a strict procedure established by the World's Meteorological Organization for Atlantic hurricanes. There is a list of male and female names which are used on a 6-year rotation. The only time that there is a change is if the storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate. These are the names of the storms for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season: Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Erin, Fernand, Gabrielle, Umberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, Wendy. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
The free breakfast program has been launched at Claridge Primary. Our Felicity Darwell has a report on the Happy Tummies. September is Prostate Cancer Month. Us Too is in the mix. Plus, Mario Munnings reflects on this day, September 11th, 24 years ago. And coming up in sports, the continued fallout from the split in the Bahamian tennis community.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, I'm Jimmy Swain. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. September is such a loaded month. There's back to school, there's prostate cancer awareness, there's remembering 9/11, and there's a departure of Mr. Sunshine. We are going to bring you details of that tomorrow in our newscast. Painful but true. For now, let's dive right into the news. Well, the Ministry of Education's National Breakfast Program continues to expand the reach for more schools and feed more children. Claridge Primary is one of the schools welcoming the program to their institution this school year. Our Felicity Darwell visited the school to get some reaction to the program.
The students of Claridge Primary are happy that the National Breakfast Program has reached their school. Member of Parliament for the area, the Honourable Lisa Ramming, says she's certain that this program will have a great impact on students in Marathon.
If a child sees support on all levels, that's parents, teachers, community workers, representatives, they're more inspired to do well in school. And so today, the government has launched its national food program, so I'm excited to see that it has started in Claridge Primary. It started on Monday. This is the first time I've seen so many kids come so early, and I'm sure it's because of the excitement that there is breakfast, that they can get their meals, and they can get their tummies filled before going to class.
And with community helpers like Vice Principal Denise Farquharson and Marathon Urban Renewal Head, Assistant Superintendent of Police Shanique Ford, these students are in good hands.
Well, I'm excited. We have our complement of teachers, we have our staff, and we're moving towards our vision, which is making sure that our students excel academically, making sure that the environment is safe, and we're well on the way here at Claridge Primary School.
Every week we have a clothing drive. Every week we have a feeding program where we feed persons. We have a program in the community where we help persons with resumes, try to help persons find employment, trying to bring about new ideas for the kids to ensure that they're always active, they're never idle.
Speaking of the kids, here's what Keyshawn Moxie had to say.
I love this breakfast service every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's because I watch children from at this school, at this specific school, at my age, and friends who starve until break and lunchtime. And sometimes I feel sorry for them because parents cannot afford and stuff like that.
From the mouth of a child. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Davo.
Thanks, Felicity. Still on education, Member of Parliament for Elizabeth, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, paying a visit to the students of Thelma Gibson Primary School, offering words of encouragement and motivation as they continue settling into the new school year.
Your future is in your hands. Your life is what you make of it. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is beyond your reach. So long as you're willing to dream big, so long as you're willing to work hard, and so long as you're willing to stay focused on your education, there is not a single thing that any of you cannot accomplish. Not a single thing.
Now we'll focus on encouraging men. September is internationally recognized as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Local cancer support group OSCHU is promoting its campaign of early detection being the best protection. Today, the group announced its plans for free screenings to men between the ages of 40 to 70 years to attend any of the free clinics on September 16th, 18th, 23rd, and 25th at the Elizabeth Estates, Flamingo Gardens, South Beach, and Fleming Streets Clinic. OSCHU medical advisor Dr. Robin Roberts says past clinics have shown that local men have some hesitation to getting the necessary checks. However, there are options. Dr. Roberts says tests are done primarily through prostate-specific antigen blood test or a digital rectal exam.
There are many diseases in the anal area. Diseases of the skin, infections, cancers. You can have cancer in the anus. I can't tell you how many men I've diagnosed who had cancer of the rectum, okay, in terms of feeding the prostate. So the digital rectal examination gives an opportunity for men that when they come to get their prostate exam, here is an organ system that we can examine as well.
OSCHU members and cancer survivors Valentine Mora and Spencer Poitier talk about their experience.
It came back that I had a slightly elevated PSA. I went through the procedure of doing additional checks, and after 2 years of actually doing things, they actually found the cancer.
I decided I would take the radiation treatment rather than prostatectomy, which is the surgery. And after the radiation treatment, thanks for the kind beneficiary or benevolence of the heart center, I took the radiation treatment there. And after a while, it was about 2017 that Doc said, "Hey, you okay?"
Well, our neighbors to the north are soberly remembering this day in history, a day that changed New York City forever and by extension, the rest of the world. Our Mario Munnings reflects.
On this date, some 24 years ago, 4 coordinated terrorists took the lives of some 2,977 Americans. It remains the deadliest terror attack in history. Those terrorists hijacked 4 commercial airlines, 2 of which were flown into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. The third into the Pentagon, which is the headquarters of the United States Department of Defense, located in Virginia. And because of a passenger revolt, the 4th plane crashed in a rural Pennsylvania field. This day changed the world as we knew it. In response to what happened, America waged a global war on terror, eliminating hostile groups as well as the governments known to support them. Things are much gentler now. September 11th, or 9/11 as many call this day, is spent with the President of the United States, government officials, U.S. Armed Forces in televised ceremonies remembering those civilians and law enforcement professionals killed on that day, and the heroic efforts of first responders, reflecting on the service that they inspired. For the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, I am Mario Munnings.
Well, still to come, Daria Adderley joins us live in studio to talk about Fusion Youth Movement. And our weatherman, Basil Dean, is on the next side of the break, so stay close.
Are ringing and class is back in session. Education Minister Glenys Hannah Martin and members of her executive team visited public schools throughout New Providence to welcome school staff and students back for the 2025-2026 academic year.
I urge them, to just take it in stride, and it's a transition. Keep moving, make sure their foundation is firm as they begin to grasp a much more aggressive curriculum and more demands of BJCs coming up in 2 years for these students. But to make the most of it, join clubs, extracurricular, so they can really have a holistic experience while they're in school. The overall goal is to try to deal with some of the lingering historic challenges that we've seen infrastructurally, staff-wise, the curriculum issues, and also to meet the historic deficits in learning, so that you have this entire big picture of student excellence.
Education Director Dominique McCartney-Russell paired up with the minister on tour as they both offered words of encouragement to staff and students.
I want to welcome all of our team members, district superintendents, district education officers, to our principals and administrators, to our wonderful team of teachers, proficient teachers, and our support staff. Thank you. Thank you for 2024-2025. We made some strides, and we're looking forward to even greater strides in this new school year. We want to continue the thrust towards excellence, and I appreciate each one of you, and I pray you have a fantastic year.
Sting Junkanoo Group is celebrating 25 years of music, and you're invited to the greatest show ever. Counting down the years, performing hit song after hit songs. BBS, Colin McDonald, KB, Dyson Knight and D-Mac. Saturday, November 1st at the Farm Marshall Road, 8 p.m. until. Tickets can be purchased online at www.bahamaseattickets.com for your skybox or to be a food vendor. Call 424-6433, 477-0191. Sponsored by ZNS, Island Luck TV, The Farm, Gatorade Today & Co. Limited, Crystal Minute and Associates.
Hello. Bonjour. Hola. Hello. Ciao.
No matter where your passport takes you, BTC roaming keeps you effortlessly connected. Enjoy seamless calls, lightning-fast data, and affordable roaming across the globe. No SIM swaps, no stress. Just one network, working everywhere. So go ahead, explore the world, and still be just a call away from home.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
It is time now for your Access weather forecast, and we have this plume of Sahara dust that is streaking westward across the tropical belt. That, coupled with some upper-level wind sharing, continues to keep a lid on that tropical cyclone development, but this pattern is expected to change over the next week or two. Meanwhile, on our live weather radar, we still have lots of showers and heavy thunderstorms across the Florida Peninsula, and that is in response to a front system which has been stationary there now going into almost 2 weeks. But we expect that to start sidling to towards the south. Hence, that will increase our rain chances over the northwest Bahamas beginning tomorrow. And our boating forecast tonight in the northwest and central islands continuing right through Saturday. Those light and variable winds once again with flat seas are expected. High tide taking place at 11:26 tonight. Low tide at 5:37 tomorrow morning. Now for the southeast Bahamas tonight through Saturday. East to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures. And they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
I see it. My work is on the water. We diving through no linings. It's how I survive. Listen, from foggy to yellow tail.
And that's going to do it for your international temperature. Brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Jiminita.
Thanks, Basil. We are talking Fusion Youth Movement, and Adaria Adderley is here with us to tell us about it. Welcome to Access Now, Adaria.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this.
It's great to have you here with us. So what's the journey of ministry look like when you grew up as a pastor's kid?
Well, I would say it isn't the easiest because, you know the whole saying, oh, pastors' kids are the worst. But I feel like, it's kind of harder for pastors' kids because people already judge them. People already feel like you don't make mistakes growing up and certain stuff like that. But I would say, I guess you have to beat the odds. You are prone to make mistakes. You make mistakes and then you just continue to grow, continue to move forward, and
basically human, just like everybody
basically.
Else. Not perfect. Yeah. So why do you feel like this was the right time to reopen Fusion Youth Movement?
Well, as you could see around the world today, it's a lot of mass confusion going on. It's a lot of killings going on. It's a lot of things that kind of breaking down young people, discouraging them, suicides and all kind of different other things. It's easy to be influenced in this generation, and I feel like this generation lacks community. I feel like this generation is easily influenced by everyone around them because they have no one to really talk to. And I feel like, especially at my church encouraged me to start Fusion back up again because we have a community that welcomes love, that makes you feel like no matter where you come from, it doesn't matter if you're from Baintown, Camp Road, don't matter what clothes you have on, they accept you and they make you feel like, okay, there's hope for you to do better and also be better. So I feel like this day and time, Fusion is definitely needed. Even the small meets we had before the reopening, it made me realize how many young people want to come to Christ. They don't really know how to do it, but once they see, it's almost like a monkey see, monkey do effect. If I see you praising God, I'll do it because, the church world now is so complicated and traditional. So young people kind of scared to shout and scream and certain stuff like that. And then older people will kind of make them feel less than, saying, well, you can't wear this, you can't wear that. So
it's about bridging the gap, basically.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you balance being relatable to youth while leading them spiritually?
I would say you would have to be able to speak their language. In a sense, I try to always keep a friend relationship somewhere to be able to be relatable because you can't put yourself first or you're so high above them that they can't relate to you because you're human just like them. And then you have to also remember that you're in the same set as them.
Yes.
I feel like the more you be honest and open about struggles and certain stuff, how you overcame, it will be easier to more so balance and relate.
Connect.
So they won't feel like, oh, I feel too familiar with this person, or, it's just I can't relate too much because so it's like you just have to really find yourself in the middle.
All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense, Dario.
Yes, ma'am.
All the best in your Fusion Youth Movement. And let's not be strangers. We look forward to hearing from you again and how your movement moves in the future. So let's check in with the Total Sports to see what's on tap.
And tension continues to mount in the local tennis community. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
There's a place where every detail whispers elegance, where our art greets you at every corner, where flowers linger like a secret well kept, and your sweet dreams become your sanctuary. This isn't just an ordinary bed and breakfast. It's a name that says signature. The Bella Signature Restaurant and Suites. A taste of the Bahamian dream.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, and Shop Smart, and Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Bahamas' biggest night this November 1st. Join Alliance Promotions, YBE Promotions, Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, and Bahamas Fair as they present the Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series at the National Stadium Ground, performing for the first time. Tyrese comes to Bahamas to deliver an unforgettable performance. Also performing R&B sensation Uncle Sam. Get ready for Deborah Cox. The Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series, Saturday, November 1st at the National Stadium Ground. Let's go! Tyrese, Uncle Sam, and Deborah Cox. Advance tickets are available now at all Cash and Go locations. Or log on to cashandgobahamas.com. For info, call 242-427-8111 or call 242-357-0116. Be there.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The tension in our local tennis community continuing to mount, and we've now reached a new chapter in the saga. The Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association's elections tentatively scheduled for this weekend. A letter obtained by the ZNS sports team sent from Director of Sports Kelsey Johnson-Sills to BLTA's President Perry Newton, advising that the association postpones its elections until all outstanding member issues are resolved, adding that the recommendation is made in a spirit of ensuring fairness, transparency, and the continued growth of tennis in the Bahamas. Now, this is on the heels of a recent protest led by BLTA presidential candidate Marvin Roll, who called for the involvement of the ministry and the Bahamas Olympic Committee. Additionally, in July of this year, the BLTA lost a Court of Appeal decision against 2 members, citing that the annual general meeting held in March 2021 lacked proper notice for proposed amendments and officer elections. Now, ZNS told sports team reached out to BLTA President Perry Newton for a response, and none was given up to News Time. We'll continue to monitor this story as it progresses. Switching gears, on a more somber note, family and friends filled the Kendall G. Isaacs Gymnasium last night to pay their respects to Kenneth Heart-to-Heart Wilkinson, who passed away last month. At the time of his passing, he served as the Assistant Director of Labor, but was more widely known in the local sporting community for his basketball prowess, having played collegiately, nationally, and for a number of local teams as well. Offering his condolences at the memorial would be Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Gumbo Mario Bolag.
Playing against Heart-to-Heart in the early days of his days in government league. Heart-to-Heart would have had about 3 decades of great basketball as a showman in the New Providence Basketball Association. And as he got older and realized he couldn't run up and down with the younger fellas, he turned to the government league as we all did. But today we came here to celebrate a life of a legend. A legend in the game of basketball, and a man who was a legend in the game of life. Heart-to-Heart was a fierce competitor, one of the toughest big men you will have to play down in the close. And if you were a guard like me, he would say, you weren't supposed to be down there. If you wasn't there, you wouldn't get hit.
And that's been a look at your sports on this Thursday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Here at Solomon's, we don't
don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
It's a September with specials to remember at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Cardinal evaporated milk, 13 ounces, $1.09. Kellogg's Giant Size cereals, assorted 23 to 28 ounces, $6.39. Mart's apple juice, 86 ounces, $5.99. Pretty Lady red or green seedless grapes, $3.99 per pound. Fresh ground beef, $4.99 per pound. September is special and so are the savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Welcome back. You're looking at a shot of the R.M. Bailey Senior High School located on Robertson Road. The home of the Pacers was founded in 1968 and was originally called the Highbury High School. The name was changed later on in honor of Robert Melville Bailey, a social activist and community leader. That's your history lesson for the day. Let's take a trip to Abaco. Let's go. Abaco, famous for boat building, is bracing for more than just the seas this hurricane season. The Ministry of Works, alongside local government, has launched a major drain clearing push in Marsh Harbor and other flood-prone communities. Minister of Works Clay Sweeting underscored that while flooding remains a national challenge, the government is committed to providing immediate and sustained intervention. Well, good stuff for Abaco. It's time to turn things over to Matea Cunningham, who is going to fill us in on just who the Pope calls the millennial saint. Here she is with Let's Talk Socials.
Have you ever heard of a teenager being called God's influencer? Well, today we're talking about it. Carlo Acutis was a young man from Italy who passed away at just 15 years old. Even in his short life, he used technology in a way that inspired millions. He created a website documenting Eucharistic miracles around the world, sharing his faith with people online and showing that you don't have to be famous to make a difference. This week, Pope Leo XIV officially declared Carlo a saint in a ceremony at St. Peter's Square. Carlo's sainthood is based on 2 miracles credited to him: the healing of a boy in Brazil and a woman in Costa Rica, both cases that doctors couldn't explain. What makes Carlo relatable is that he was just like us. He loved computers, sneakers, and everyday life, but he used those passions to glorify God. His story proves that influence isn't about likes and followers. Sometimes it's about living your purpose, even when you're young, and shining your light in the world. Carlo Acutis reminds us that you can leave a big mark, no matter your age. From a teenager with a laptop to the first millennial saint, his story is proof that faith and creativity go hand in hand. That's all for today. I'm Matea Cunningham, and this has been Let's Talk Socials.
That does it for Access Now for tonight. Make sure to join us tomorrow for Entertainment Friday when songstress Shanice Miller performs for us. Stay tuned for the rundown on leadership with Ahmad Rashad Thompson. Good night, everybody.
We'll lead off with this report. This one is a good one to lead off with for Sunday.
Your weekend news just got better. Exciting features, good vibes. It's all about the feeling.
Hey, I'm Raven, and your Sundays never felt so good. Tune into Northern Service Vibes, where culture meets conversation, every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. only on the ZNS network.
It's Seaman, the one and only, and I want y'all to tune into Entertainment Fridays on Access Now every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Who knows? Your favorite Bahamian artist might end up showing their face. But you gotta watch to find out.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
We'll lead off with this report. This one is a good one to lead off with for Sunday.
Your weekend news just got better. Exciting features, good vibes. It's all about the feeling.
Hey, I'm Raven, and your Sundays never felt so good. Tune into Northern Service Vibes, where culture meets conversation, every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. only on the ZNS network.
It's Seaman, the one and only, and I want y'all to tune into Entertainment Fridays on Access Now every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Who knows? Your favorite Bahamian artist might end up showing their face. But you gotta watch to find out.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey, what's that?
What y'all getting?
Listen, I've been waiting to march down some lobs here.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I will be you guys waiter today. Can I take your order?
Oh, I've been queuing for some grouper dread.
Y'all see this?
See, this ain't gonna work.
Where the fish gone, though?
But how though?
Don't leave our children with no fish in their future. Protect our sea. Protect our way of life. Protect the Bahamas. To learn how you can help, find us on Facebook at Bahamas Protected. See the future.
The Bahamas National Youth Choir traveled to Convalor, France to participate in its annual folk festival.
First of all, they wanted authentically Bahamian music, and then they wanted to identify what we can bring for the diaspora.
Being a traveling choir, we get to experience so many different cultures, and so it number one, gives us a greater appreciation for who we are as a people.
There are a lot of different styles of dances and singing that I had never seen before that I found very interesting.
When we presented in the international light, we can be presented that even a person that does not speak English can understand the body language that we're doing.
I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, leaders of all generations, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back. After 5 weeks away, I can't tell you how good it feels to say this. Welcome to the fall premiere of the Rundown on Leadership. We have truly missed you. Your voices, your energy, your questions, and your passion. We've missed it all. As I always say, this show isn't just a program. It's an opportunity for leaders everywhere to be challenged, sharpened, and empowered. And tonight, we start a brand new season of world-class conversations that will challenge your thinking, fuel your growth, and sharpen your leadership edge. New season, new energy, and bigger conversations than ever before. I remain grateful for the opportunity, y'all. I really want you to understand that I do not take this lightly. I also don't take your support lightly either. I can't tell you how many of you have stopped me over the last few weeks to ask when we were coming back. I was in the grocery store last week and this gentleman came up to me and he said, "Mister, we're going down, man. We're not coming back." It's that energy, that support, that concern for us that really propels us and keeps us going, and we thank you. You could be spending your Thursday nights anywhere, but you choose to run it down with us week after week, and we are indeed grateful. Before we get into tonight's show, I want to ask you a few questions. What if 5 minutes could change your career, your company, your purpose? What if 5 minutes could reignite your passion for leadership? What if 5 minutes could literally catapult you, your business, or your career in a brand new trajectory? Ladies and gentlemen, I am extending a personal invitation to you to join me at Disrupt HR Nassau 4.0. What is Disrupt HR Nassau 4.0? Why, I'm glad you've asked. Picture this. 18 epic speakers, 5 explosive minutes each, 20 slides that auto-advance every 15 seconds. One bold message. These speakers will take the stage to disrupt everything you thought you knew about work, business, and leadership. It all goes down on September 26, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. at the SLS Hotel at Bahamar. If you are tired of the same old, looking to dismantle the status quo and really want to learn the newest cutting-edge strategies to advance your business, career, and professional life, then this is the event for you. I invite you to register at www.disrupthr.co/Nassau. Tickets are only $60, and this is an investment in you that you must make. Now, during our time away, a lot has happened, personally and on the leadership front. We continue to see examples of the global leadership crisis I often speak about on the show. We continue to see examples of leaders who focus on themselves versus the team members they are privileged to lead. We see more and more examples of disrespect and disregard for the lives entrusted to some leaders. Now more than ever, we must continue to shine a light on the leaders who get it right, who are intentional about showing up with and for their team members. Leaders who model the right behavior, create the right environments, and demonstrate what true leadership really is. One of the biggest challenges we continue to face in leadership today is imbalance. Imbalance in opportunity, where women still have to fight twice as hard to be seen and heard. Imbalance in expectations, where men are often celebrated for being bold, but women are criticized for being too much. Imbalance in representation, where the number of women in top leadership roles still lags far behind their actual potential. And this imbalance doesn't just affect women. It affects organizations, it affects communities, and it affects nations. Because when half of the talent pool is overlooked, undersupported, or undervalued, we all lose. The future of leadership requires us to correct that imbalance. It requires us to build systems where women are not just included, but empowered. Not just present, but positioned. Not just given a seat, but given the microphone. Because balance is not charity, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed strategy. It's what unlocks the full power of leadership across genders, across industries, and across nations. Because the truth is, if we're really honest, when women step into anything, they don't just lead organizations, they transform communities, they lift families, and they reshape nations. But the road is anything but easy. Female leaders face glass ceilings that still haven't shattered, hurdles that keep being raised higher, and criticism that men in the same positions rarely encounter. They are told they're too aggressive when they're assertive, too emotional when they're passionate, and oftentimes dismissed altogether, just for daring to lead. Recently, we've seen these challenges play out on our own national stage. House Speaker Patricia DeVoe made headlines when she admitted that control is her greatest barrier. because as she put it, men simply don't like when women take control. And in another moment that sparked outrage, former MP Leslie Miller dismissed Senator Michaela Barnett Ellis as a little girl. But Senator Barnett Ellis stood tall, pushing back with courage, declaring that Bahamian women are not little girls. They are leaders, professionals, mothers, and nation builders. Family, this is why tonight's conversation matters. Because the challenges are real, but so is the resilience, the brilliance, and the unstoppable power of women who choose to lead anyway. That's why tonight, I'm excited about our guest. She is a visionary trailblazer, the driving force behind the upcoming Unleash Your Power Women's Leadership Conference happening on September 19th right here in Nassau, Bahamas. And most of all, she's someone I admire and respect. Joining me tonight is Mrs. Annette Cash. Annette has also brought along with her one of her speakers from the upcoming conference, Mr. Wenrick Clark, and together we will indeed run it down. So as always, text a friend, call your boss, wake up the WhatsApp group, because it's time to run it down, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Rundown on Leadership, and your breakthrough is just after this break.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
As we continue to develop the orange economy of the Bahamas and empower our artists and artisans, we as a government intend to show tangible support. We are therefore requesting our Bahamian artists and artisans to submit images of their handmade, authentically made Bahamian products and prices as we move to produce a live digital booklet with Bahamian-made works. With the creation of a live booklet, artisans can always submit new works to be included. It is our intent to use this book as a catalog for the purchase of items by all senior government officials for gifts, display items, and the like. Ministers, permanent secretaries, members of parliament, and ambassadors will be supporting our orange economy by the purchase of items and in sharing this book to the wider global creative community. We are committed to grow and expand the orange economy of the Bahamas.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer, Mark, crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
What's Trending is turning 1, and we want to hear from you, our amazing viewers. In a short phrase, tell us what you love about What's Trending. Just grab your phone, turn it sideways, and record a quick 15-second video. Then WhatsApp your clip to 422-6827 for a chance to be featured on the show. Let's celebrate 1 year of trending moments together. And guess what? Our friends at Commonwealth Brewery heard we're turning 1 and they're joining the party. A lucky winner will receive a gift basket of goodies from 700 Wines and Spirits just for sending in a video. So get filming, get festive, and let's keep What's Trending trending. We can't wait to hear from you.
Hurry! The promotion ends September 30th.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to the show. Annette and Wenrick, it's an honor to have you both join us. I am so excited to have you both with us. Annette, you have spent, well, first of all, welcome to the show. Let's start there.
Thank you, Ahmad. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Annette, you spent years working with leaders and organizations. In your experience, what are the most common barriers you believe women face when stepping into leadership roles?
I think for me, Ahmad, Cultural differences has been probably the biggest cultural barrier we have faced. And I think you touched on it a bit earlier in terms of our men have been conditioned to treat women or view women in a certain light. So take, for example, our pastors and our priests. We've been taught that the woman must play a secondary or supportive role to a man, that she should not stand on her own. And so I view that as being cultural differences as being one of the biggest barrier to women in leadership.
When you think of those cultural barriers, Annette, when you think of how women now, whether that's women in days gone by or women even today, facing that mentality from a man and also from a woman who may see another woman as doing too much. How does that play out in the workplace and even in any other organization from a place of leadership?
So from a position of leadership, I have always felt that women must be more supportive of women. We must sponsor and we must mentor other women. And so for me personally, in my role in human resources, I've taken on the role of advocate. And so I've done what I believe that I was meant to do to assist other women. So whether it has been fighting for another woman to get training, to be promoted, or to be paid equally as a man. Because in our places in HR, I know I have personally seen where women in leadership could be paid $20,000, $30,000 less than a male who has assumed the same role in an organization. And so while being an advocate, that hasn't always been popular for me. But I am confident that at the end of the day that I made the right decision. When I run into women who say to me, do you know how much you helped me? I really appreciated you for that. Or in leaving an organization, a few people said, well, if you're going, who's gonna fight for us? Right? So that's the feeling of gratitude, or that I've made a difference that I get when I play the role of advocate.
How have you been able to advocate for yourself? Because it's one thing to, I think we have, my best friend says it all the time, he is able to pray for me in a different way than he pray for himself, right? How do you fight for yourself in your own personal leadership journey? How have you been able to break those barriers when you face them?
So that's an excellent question.
Thank you.
You know, for me, for some reason, I think God planted a spirit of assertiveness, but also courage, because it's not easy to stand up to leaders. Recognizing that if you use your voice, they may find ways to silence that voice. And so oftentimes I prayed about it, but at the end of the day, I always came back to what would I want someone to do for me if I was sitting in that employee's shoes? And, you know, I've also learned along the way, actually, that you can't fight every battle either. And so you have to discern when it's important to use your voice, when that difference that using your voice will have, but then there are times when you have to step back and say, I will fight this battle at another time.
That's wisdom. Wenrick, when you've worked alongside women, powerful women, all across the globe, from a male perspective, what responsibility do we as men have in creating space for women leaders?
So that's a great question as well. And for me, one of the things I think we have a responsibility as men to do is to open the door for women to lead. And not opening the door as a favor to that woman to lead, but because it is our responsibility to ensure that we have in our organizations variety of thought, variety of view, respect for collaboration, and the difference of what a woman brings to the table in terms of that skill set and viewpoint to not allow, but to invite to the table. It's not an allow thing, to invite to the table. Our companies are stronger when we have balance in that approach, and quite frankly, our nation is stronger as a result of that as well. One of the things I consistently think about is now I have a young 6-year-old daughter, and I think to myself, even as a parent, how do I raise her to ensure that she speaks with a leader's voice even at the age of 6? Because it's a cultural phenomenon, I believe, of shifting, even from a male bias perspective, to ensure that we are not allowing our internal biases to prevent us from opening that door for women to lead.
Thinking about those biases, Wenrick, what do you think are some of the blind spots that men have when it comes to supporting women in leadership? Because Annette mentioned, many of us have been raised and conditioned, almost indoctrinated to believe that a woman just can't, right? This is a man's whatever. What blind spots do you think still exist in the workplace, in organizations, no matter what organization, today when it comes to female leadership?
So I think in some cases, if I speak from a male perspective, if it's not a man, if it's a woman, then it's not a man. And that's good. Place that we find ourselves, if it's a woman, it's not a man, is preventing us, I think a lot of us as male leaders, to creating that barrier to say, well, hey, have you viewed great women leaders and see the difference that they bring to organizations, both from structure, from results, because results is not unique to a gender. Strategy is not unique to a gender either. Women are just as strategic as men are. And so I think if we can start to sometimes even look outside of our own organization, in some cases, if you cannot find it in your organization, look outside of your industry, look outside of even your country, to see how great women leaders are actually able to step up into these spaces and create environments and cultures in organization where it's a great place to work, but also the results and the value that they create for shareholders is also there as well.
Yeah, you talked about women. That's such a good point. You referenced your 6-year-old daughter. I have an 8-year-old niece. She just turned 8 last week, and she is so brave. She is so fearless. It's like she doesn't in her mind understand. Like it doesn't matter that you are male and I'm female. Right? The fact is, this is wrong and we have to fix it. I was in church the other day and a young girl was sitting behind me and somebody had picked up a bag that she had and she immediately, that's not yours, it belongs to me, give it back. And I was like, yes, mom. Like, assert yourself, own your space, don't shy away, because we have raised, just as we've raised men to see women in a subservient position, we've also raised women to become subservient, right? And we're not talking from a biblical perspective here. We're talking about you ought to be seen and not heard, and you ought to be all these things. How does that affect the possibility of women being leaders in organizations today? What do you see that? How do you see that affecting the way women show up in the workplace today? Anyone of you can answer that question.
Take it first.
You take it first.
So I'd say this. I think there are some women who may have an issue, an opportunity around the imposter syndrome, where because of the way I see myself, I make the assumption that others see me the same way. And because I make the assumption that others view me the same way, then I allow myself to stay behind the scenes and take up the space that I feel in my own imposter syndrome mindset, that this is as far as I can go. Because I have potential. I know I have potential on the inside of me, but because of the way I view myself, I don't push myself or allow myself to be pushed or brought forward for these opportunities. In addition to that, Annette said something earlier that was powerful. The whole thing about mentorship and sponsorship. The two are not the same.
Absolutely.
We need mentors to help us to view and bring to light our blind spots, and what do we do about these blind spots to become better leaders. And you need a sponsor, because when you're not in the room, who is advocating on your behalf? She talked about being an advocate. So who is calling your room to say, your name in rooms to say, you know what? Annette may not be as polished as we would like for this today, but let's take the opportunity to give her the chance to show what she's capable of. But because of the development, the mentorship, the coaching, and the support, now you're ready. Let's see how this pans out. So I think that is very important to help with that mindset that some women may find themselves in.
I would only add that is why it's so important for us to have these conversations and be open and honest about these conversations. And what we see happening not only in our organizations, but at a national level, about how women are perceived, how women are treated. And so in having these open conversations, it will hopefully encourage other women to view not only themselves, but as leaders, how do I help and lift another woman?
Absolutely.
So Wenrick spoke about results earlier, and I was reminded of the first woman prime minister of Britain, Margaret Thatcher. And she wrote in her book that they would always talk about that woman, but it was that woman that got the job done.
Wow. That woman that got the job done. I want us to understand the point that both Wenrick and Annette are making, right? Is that sometimes it's hard to do it on your own. And there are moments when you have to find what I would call your board of directors. Right? I tell my clients all the time, when it is that you find yourself in a position of not getting a seat at the table and not being taken seriously enough, you must form your own board of directors, and most board of directors are appointed. You don't apply for those, right? And most of them are paid. Most, not all, but most. When you are when you are in need of a sponsor, you should have at least 3 different types of people on your board of directors. One, your critics. You need the people who are in on your run to get on your run. They can attest to your value, but they may not like you. That's fine. Many people are not liked, but still advance in their career. You do need your fans as well. The people who will tell you what's right and what's wrong. They will counsel you. They will give you sound insight. They will tell you as it is, not to sugarcoat, but to make sure you're fully aware of your blind spots and the areas to improve. And then you need that executive sponsor. The person that is in the room, that is at the table that you are trying to get to. That person should be able to call your name in that room and say, have we considered Annette? Have you thought about what Wenrick has done in the space of so-and-so? Are we preparing him or her for this next level? Without that board of directors, your job is a little bit harder. Because especially if you're folk battling that imposter syndrome or trying to find your way in the organization, it will be a bit more difficult. But forming that board of directors will help you to get that situation sorted out a little easier, a little bit sooner. We, ladies and gentlemen, are just getting started. As you can tell, the conversation is indeed going to be really, really good. When we come back, we're going to dive more into that conversation around the imposter syndrome and the things that go along with that. As always, your breakthrough continues after the break.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
The Bahamas National Youth Choir traveled to Convalor, France to participate in its annual folk festival.
First of all, they wanted authentically Bahamian music, and then they wanted to identify what we can bring for the diaspora.
Being a traveling choir, we get to experience so many different cultures, and so it number one, gives us a greater appreciation for who we are as a people.
There are a lot of different styles of dances and singing that I had never seen before that I found very interesting.
When we present it in the international light, we can be presented that even a person that does not speak English can understand the body language that we're doing.
Everyone, if you're just joining us, our guests tonight are Mrs. Annette Cash and Mr. Wenrick Clark, and we're talking all things female leadership. Annette, Wenrick, I've mentioned the issue of imbalance at the top of the show, right? From your perspective, how have each of you seen this imbalance play out, whether in the boardrooms, in government, or in daily organization, in the regular daily life as a leader in organizations? How have you seen that imbalance play out?
So, you know, we talked about it a bit before the break, which is that for some reason, I guess in most of our organizations, and men forgive me, we still have some dinosaurs who view women in a particular light, and it's really very difficult because of the cultural conditioning for them to let go that perspective. And so, but around the world, we have seen that things are changing, that women have the capacity, whether it's law, human resources, business, healthcare. Women have the capacity to do the same jobs and are just as or overqualified to do the work that they do. One of my early experiences, I remember in one organization, several nights we had to work late on a project. And Ahmad, when I walked around that corporate office that evening, every office that had a human being in it was a woman.
Wow.
And so I realized then, we work twice as hard to try to prove that we belong, to prove that we deserve that seat at the table, to prove that we are just as capable. And so why we have to work so hard, it's difficult to imagine. But again, when I look at the world, I see things are changing and I have a sense of hope. When I look at the fact that Hillary Clinton in the US said upon her defeat that there are now 16 million cracks in the glass ceiling. Or the Kamala Harris. But even closer to home, the Mia Mottley of Barbados, and as of April, Kamala Prasad in Trinidad, a female prime minister. And so to say that there isn't hope, you know, we have to say that there is hope and that we can, by again having these types of open dialogue and conversations, get to the point where we realize that a shift appears to be happening and that women have to be advocates and we have to push for that shift. We must use our voices.
Absolutely.
And we should not allow ourselves to be silenced, even when it's difficult for us to use our voices.
What are your thoughts on that?
So, I long for the day where we can say the same in the Bahamas, where we have a woman prime minister, right? So to all the women out there, keep striving. Don't give up. Do not let go of that vision and hope. I would say this. I think a couple of years ago, there was this huge push towards diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the reason for that is I think a lot of organizations took a look within to realize that there was not a balanced feel of male to women ratio, particularly in leadership positions. And I do believe that after that push started to happen, we started to come to some level of better balance, not equal balance, better balance. But I think that that work is only now beginning. In countries like ours, who are, to Annette's point, which I agree with, where sometimes we can be dinosaurs, we don't always catch on at the same rate of progress that other places in the world would move, pace the world, the members of the world will move at. So I do believe that we have an obligation to change the perspective, to also fast track, and fast tracking that calls for a bit of a movement, and not a movement from the standpoint of you're doing, again, like I said earlier, doing favors, but for us to come to a place where every voice in the room has equality, and there's diverse views. That only, I think, is going to happen when we create a bit of a movement around it. I don't think the movement has been strong enough in the Bahamas to bring about that kind of equality in the workplace.
This is what continues to frustrate me, though. I've been in corporate Bahamas. Before I exited corporate Bahamas, I've only ever had 2 male bosses, ever in my entire 21 years of working in corporate Bahamas. From my first job at Burger King to my last job where I worked, the last company I worked with, every single leader except 2 were female. And so I understand, I support the notion that we need to be more focused on diversity and inclusion efforts, especially in our nation. But why is there such a disparity in the way we perceive women when there are so many women in the workplace, in leadership positions already? Like, why do you think that continues to be the case? If I've only ever had, and my family is teaching me I have a 19 job, right? I think
that may be true.
You gotta get exposure, man, y'all. Quit the job and go to the next one. Just do it. Pay a mortgage and thing, but just get exposure, get around, right? But in every single role that I've played, in every job that I've been on, there's been a female in leadership that supported me or that led me. And I'm just trying to understand why this conversation is still necessary today. Because I look at the way my father treats my mother and his daughter, how he treats his granddaughter, how he treats his sisters. I look at the way that I've been raised to treat women and revere women. I look at the way that women have led me. My Grammy lost her husband at the age of 40. She had 5 children under the age of 18. I just started building a home and was an entrepreneur from the age of 17. She's 90 years old today. She's turned 19 last week, Wednesday. And she was able to raise those 5 children, build a home, pay the home off in cash, right? Send those children to school and all of these things. So we continue to see women in our own country in positions of leadership, but there's still the struggle and this bias attached to it still. You mentioned, Wenrick, the diversity and inclusion, and many women are judged a lot more harshly, labeled too aggressive, too emotional, or even dismissed entirely. What does this double standard say about how we view leadership? Because how we do leadership is one thing, but the way we view it is something different as well. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll share this. Sure. Like you, I've had great women leaders in my career. And I remember once I had a conversation with one of my first boss in banking.
Yes.
I'm going to call her name. Her name is Elnora Major.
Yes, sir.
And one day, I was in the Bank of the Bahamas in Exuma, and I was a supervisor. I just gotten promoted. And I could not balance the GL and MoneyGram for grace.
What, nothing? I don't know what was going on.
My math was not math.
Yeah.
And I took this form to sign off, and it came back with red writing. So when I walked into her office, she gave me a piece of dressing down like you ain't seen in a while. I went back to her office maybe the next day, and I said, you know, I thought you were kind of hard on me. And she said, if you think that I am going to take it easy on you with the potential that I see in you, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Because if I do it to you, I've done you a disservice. And so I came up in the school of hard knocks. And so to say that women are aggressive or women are more emotional than men, that is untrue. Because I can tell you, let's be honest.
Yes.
We're some of the most emotional people on the planet.
Yes, sir.
So let's dispel with that myth.
Yeah.
And so I think when we start to realize that emotions do not wear pants or dress or whatever have you.
That's good.
No emotions, then we are able to view ourselves from a different kind of lens, a lens of equality. You talked about your mother, and I was raised by my grandmother. She's dead, and I'm still scared.
Yeah.
That's the fear of God.
Hashtag.
Boy, I brought you in this world.
I will gladly take you out. One blow.
Be tall as a tree, I'll bring you down. And I'm a tall guy.
Yeah.
So, but that though, even though she had that firm approach to raising me, she also had that nurturing approach as well. Boy, hardworking, kill you. Put God first and everything else will come. And these nuggets of wisdom have propelled me into where I am today. Like you, I've also had other great women leaders. I have a great woman leader at Commonwealth Bank. I had a great woman leader at Commonwealth Brewery. My first boss at RBC was also a woman. And all of these women have shaped me into the person I am today. So now, watch this, that I have the opportunity to lead myself at progressively higher levels.
Yes.
I am also paying that forward. So I look in my team as well. Who am I coaching? Who am I mentoring? Who am I supporting? Whose names am I also calling in rooms to allow for opportunity for advancement? And I think once we do this, yes, we may see women in leadership. One, you don't know their story or their journey for how they got there, so have an appreciation for that. But also more men still, because we're still in a male-dominated society, regardless as to what you may see out there. So we need to also continue to understand that there is this opportunity to create space.
Yeah. Anna, what are your thoughts on that?
I think we have an opportunity here, Ahmad. Men and women working together, because really that's what brings success to an organization, to a nation, to the world, right? Working together to change these perspectives. And when, again, it goes back to leaders in organization, we always say everything rise and falls on leadership.
Absolutely.
And so The mindset of the leadership in an organization sets the tone for how that organization views and treats women, but similarly, how it views and treats men.
Yes.
And so if we can find ways in our organizations, demonstrate in tangible ways that men and women are treated equally here, men and women have a voice in our organization, we won't treat you differently because you are a woman. To me, that starts the change and the ball rolling for what is to come.
I think that final point was important, that we won't treat you different just because you're a woman.
Yes.
I think when we assume that because she's female, she can't,
yes,
or because she's female, she's supposed to, we still run the risk of marginalizing a particular gender, right? The same is true for men. You're a bigger man, you're supposed to be able to...
Absolutely.
Why? Like, what's the assumption? We have to break these biases and release our unconscious biases, because those are the things that drive these decisions we make in organizations. If we look at those two examples I referenced at the beginning of the show, those two examples are just two of millions that take place on a daily basis everywhere, right? Being referenced out of your name, being forced to show up more than you normally would because of what people are facing or what people think about you. These represent challenges women face in leadership on a daily basis, as I said. Why do you think issues like misogyny and prejudice, among others, still are so prevalent in the workplace today? Why is that still such a concern for us as leaders in the workplace?
Let me take it first. So again, Ahmad, and unfortunately, this is I repeat this constantly in this conversation, it's a matter of our conditioning. This is what we've been taught. Women leaders women should be subservient to the male. Women should not speak as loudly. We talked about being emotional in the workplace and elsewhere. I have met many, many emotional men in my time in corporate Bahamas. But do we label them as emotional? So why is it this double standard?
Yeah.
And so again, for me, and particularly as an HR and an educator at some point in my career, again, I believe it's us keep having these conversations, keep talking about it. And from very early in life, teaching our boys how to respect our women, teaching our women how to respect our men, and bringing balance and respect into the relationship, right? And I think the more we talk about it, the more we place a focus on it. And I was happy when I heard Michael Barnett's response. You're calling me a grown woman.
A grown woman, big grown woman.
You're calling me a little girl. So again, it's this primitive way of thinking that we have to openly address, right? And just like I said, keep having the conversations about it.
Absolutely.
Let's kind of call it what it is.
Sure.
It's some men are insecure, and some of us are childish, and some of us are disrespectful, and some of us, even in workplaces, sexualize women.
Yes.
And make some women feel, in order for you to, that has been a part of our history. And so I think you asked the question earlier about, even though we've seen all of this progress, why is there still this mindset that this is still going on the way that it is because it's, in some cases, it still goes on the way like that in this country as well. And so another opportunity for us to just have some real conversation and dialogue around how women are treated in that derogatory, disrespectful way because of the lens that a man uses to look at a woman with. And so if you don't have the ability to self-reflect as a man, to ask yourself the question, and then sometimes for that mirror to be held up in your face to say, and sometimes that's called for by one man having a conversation with another man to say, did you realize
got to be kidding me?
That's not acceptable. And so those are some of the things and conversations that I think we need to have in not just in the workplace, but just in general. So I reference I have a 6-year-old daughter. I have a 3-year-old son.
Wow.
And now, because he knows all the words, he's talking to my daughter in ways he's very disrespectful. I'm saying to my daughter, don't you allow your brother to speak to you in that way.
Right.
If you do not want to, you do not have to.
Yes.
And just so that she 10 toes down on what you don't want to do, even though that's your brother, you know? So I think that's important.
I would add one thing to the conversation. I think women have unbelievable power. We don't use the power that we have. We are probably the largest voting bloc in the country. We are, our organizations are predominantly women, and yet we cower. Right, as opposed to using the power to help change things, as well as to help preserve, to help strengthen the outlook of the way things ought to be for other women. And so I think, again, we have as women to be advocates for one another. There are many of us who would say, oh, I prefer working with a man, I prefer a male boss. But if we can truly begin to have respectful conversations, women to women, truly learn how to support another woman, I think, again, we're on the journey to help, you know, change the future. So I'm optimistic about that.
For sure. I think the conversation is lending to optimism. This conversation is to shed more light, to bring more awareness to the fact that as much as women in leadership have progressed, as much as women in politics have progressed, in all organizations, there is still this pocket, if you will, that happens to be larger than it should be. And the focus here tonight is to help us to understand that we are going to break this down. We have to, by having these conversations, having these shining light on it, raising our daughters to recognize that, wait a minute, and that. We can fix this tonight, today, whatever it is. I want you to understand that this is only going to get better. These people are here to help us to understand how to break these cycles, how to move forward. But I promise you, as I said earlier, it's going to get better. So stay close. Your breakthrough continues after the break.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, where have you been? Welcome. But our guests tonight are Mrs. Annette Cash and Mr. Wenrick Clark, and we are running it down tonight on women in leadership. And Annette, I want to focus now on your assignment, because as you said all evening, the conversations must be had. We can't sit by and idly watch these things take place and watch these marginalizations continue to broaden. You are going to host the Unleash Your Power Women in Leadership Conference on September 19th. Tell us everything. Why now? Why this conference? Why you? And why not?
Unleash Your Power. Just hearing the name brings excitement.
Yes, sir.
Unleash, according to Wenrick, is like a volcanic eruption. And so for 2 years, I was writing down ideas.
Wow.
And finally, this year, I met with a group of like-minded women. And I said, this is something God has placed on my heart. What do you think I should do? And every single one of them, Isara, Desiree, Calvonia, Lucretia, all of them said, we have to do this.
Wow.
And so here we are, just over a week away from Unleash Your Power. And our core objectives for this simply is that we want those attendees to tap into any unused potential that they have, because all of us have something, or we can give more. Sometimes we have skills and traits that we don't even recognize. And so by, again, just having these open conversations and sit at the feet of some of our nation's greatest women leaders, I think it's going to be an experience for women of every generation, every industry, every calling. And so we're super excited that this is going to be happening on September 19th.
Indeed. When you think of the conversations that are going to be had, what are some of the topics or areas you're going to be focusing on or exploring?
So Dr. Tanya McCartney will start the conference day. And her topic is breaking the shackles, redefining women leadership and stereotypes.
Wow.
Then we will have a panel discussion as well. And we talked in part about that panel discussion without knowing it tonight. And so that panel discussion is called Owning My Power, Silencing Imposter Syndrome and Rising with Confidence. We will have Darren Cash speak about power up the role of women in a global economy. And then we have next to me a panel discussion of two, Mr. Wenrick Clark and Dr. Richard Adderley. Their topic is collaborate, don't emasculate. And so, talk about excitement.
I can tell you.
We're excited.
Yes.
Conference registration has been going extremely well. We may have about 30 seats left. And so all of the women in your audience tonight who are watching, I am sure that by tomorrow morning, my conference registration manager, Jennifer, will say, Annette,
no more space, sold out.
No more space, sold out.
Wow, excellent. So before we move into how people can register and what they can do to get in, Wenrick, why is it important for you to be on this panel, a part of this discussion? Why is it important for the male perspective to be heard at and shared at a women's leadership conference?
Well, first of all, you do not say no to Mrs. Annette Cash.
Yes, sir.
Who has also played a pivotal role in my professional growth as well.
Sidebar,
Thank you for that.
Before you move on, Annette was my HR manager.
Mine too.
At the Doctor's Hospital. I came into that job after having taken a 900% pay cut.
Wow.
Life was life in. And I came into that organization as a cashier. And Annette said, I'm sorry, this seems ill. This seems ill-fitted. This doesn't make no sense. We're gonna move your career along. In less than 6 months, I had gone through the process, no cherry picking, interviewed, selected, and promoted because someone like Annette, not someone like Annette, but Annette, saw the potential in me and now has opened so many doors for me in the space that she held as a woman, as my leader, in a space that many women, many people mismanage.
Wow.
Right? So thank you, Mom. God bless you.
And hiring him knowing. I knew you weren't going to stay.
Yeah, she said, I know I can keep you for too long,
but while
you're here, let's see what we can do.
While you're here, he's going to give us the best.
Yes, and I was there for like 18 months. It wasn't very long, but still.
So let me join that meeting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And say thank you. The many conversations that we had at BOB has really helped and propelled me into the space that I'm in. So I really want to pause and say thank you, Annette.
Yes.
You have helped so many of us to grow and develop. So that's the first reason.
Indeed, indeed.
You don't say no to Annette. But I do believe that there is a very important opportunity for men to be present. One, to share the perspective, but also to hear the perspective as well. Because as a panel, I know there are going to be questions that women are going to have, that it's important to have a man in the room, males in the room, to also share the view on the other side of the coin, right? And I think for us as men to be there is also an opportunity to learn and to lift our lid of understanding of the struggle, the process that women go through in order to even achieve the success that they do have. And so it's not lost on me, and it shouldn't be lost on any of us, that any woman that you see in a position of success or authority or leadership, the sacrifice that it took to get there, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the blood, the sweat, the tears. And so from that perspective, I'm really looking forward to being a part of that conversation, to add my view, but also to learn, to sharpen my view as well, because right now I lead a team of all women team. My boss right now is a man, but all women in my team. Shout out to Jean and Raquel. And so for that perspective, it's an opportunity for me to learn how to better serve them, because that's what leadership is.
Absolutely.
It's service.
Absolutely. So for Annette, for those people that are watching right now, feeling a pull, a tug on their spirit to go and register, where do they go? What do they do? How much does it cost? Where's it going to be? Give us all the details.
So they can register. Our company is Blue Chip Consulting, so they can register at www.bluechipconsulting.ltd.
Got it.
They can also go on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all social media platforms, TikTok. We are everywhere.
Yes.
And so getting the information or access to us should not be very difficult. Our flyer has been all over the place, but in addition to that, they can simply call us at 466-4419, 466-4419.
Okay.
And so we are expecting an amazing day with these women leaders. And those, I've told a number of the CEOs and managing directors, when they asked for more information about the conference, I said, listen, we're not just dealing with persons who are in positions of leadership today, the chief operating officers or the CEOs. Look at the emerging female leaders in your organization as well, and help us to help them to grow. So if they're a teller, if they are a customer service rep, then they are people that we need to have out here, because all of this, the conversation we've had tonight, they need to hear this.
Absolutely.
And so we're hoping that they will send some of them. In fact, our youngest speaker on the platform, she's not a CEO. She's not a chief operating officer. She's not an attorney. She is a pharmacy tech, a doctor's hospital, and a Genzer. Less than 30 years old. And so we want the younger women to envision themselves as having a future. And when they hear the stories of a Tamika Forbes, senior VP at Atlantis, or Wenrick's president, the first female president of a commercial bank in this country. And what she went through, because I've heard a story before. We want them to be inspired. Right? This is the path that I could take to becoming the first female prime minister in the Bahamas. That's what we want. So we want them to be able to be inspired. We want to educate them, but we want them to connect with women from all walks of life.
Indeed. This has been such a wonderful conversation. I think it is breaking the glass ceiling even further. It's shattering those ceilings because we need to put ourselves in positions to have these honest dialogues often. This should be the way we speak often. How do we create opportunities for everyone we get to lead so that they're not left behind or left in the shadow? If you could give anyone listening right now one final piece of advice, whether that's a woman in leadership, a male in leadership leading women, whatever the case may be, what would you say to the woman listening to you right now? What advice would you give her as she goes on her journey of leadership?
I would tell that woman to take every opportunity to learn, to diversify her skills, but not to be apologetic about what she believes her purpose is.
Yes.
You know, because by being inspired, listening to other women, but continuing to grow, educate yourself, learn, you walk unapologetically into your purpose. And so that would be my advice.
Indeed. Renrick?
I would say count not yourself to apprehend, but to continue to press toward the mark.
Yes.
And in business terms, I would say to continue to challenge yourself to lift your leadership lid. You can take people higher and higher if you also progress higher and higher, to invest and continue to invest in knowledge and training and building your the skill sets that are a part of your whatever job functions that you're doing, but also even things and skill sets outside of your job function, especially if you're leading an entire organization, to see things not in part but in the whole, right? So don't get discouraged and continue to strive.
Yeah.
Don't give up. And you're going to get there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would also say to you, when you see opportunities like these come up, environments created specifically for you to be the best version of yourself, for you to sharpen your skills, sharpen yourself, sharpen your ability, you need to be in those rooms. Yeah. Conferences and events like Unleash Your Power and Disrupt HR are more so burdens to us as much as they are blessings to you. Yes. Right? These things don't happen overnight, but the vision behind them, the spirit behind them are meant to make you better, meant to elevate you, meant to help you to walk into your true purpose in life. So I encourage you, if you're listening tonight, to register for these events, to come to these events to find yourself edified.
Absolutely.
To find yourself able to edify somebody else. I believe that this was a wonderful way to open this season. Mrs. Annette Cass, Mr. Wenrick Clark, we cannot thank you enough for sharing your insight, your heart, your wisdom, your vision with us tonight. Leaders, let me remind you, let tonight remind you, that female leadership is not a trend. It is indeed a necessity. But let's also be very honest. Our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, our colleagues who step into leadership often carry extra and unnecessary weight. They face questions about their competence, resistance to their authority, and criticism that men like Renrick and I rarely face. But leaders, here's the charge. Those won't diminish them. Those words don't diminish them, sorry. They expose the work we still have to do as a nation, as organizations, and as individuals to create spaces where women can lead fully, freely, and as Annette said, unapologetically. Because when women lead, the future is brighter, it's stronger, and it's better for us all. So as we close, remember this. Leadership is not about gender. It's about courage, character, and commitment. And when we stand together, refusing to let bias or small thinking hold us back, we unleash a kind of power that changes nations. I invite you to please stay locked into the ZNS network for the Bahamas tonight at 11 p.m. It's the final newscast in the country with the latest news and information with Mr. Royston Jones. This is Ahmad Ashar Thompson for the Rundown on Leadership. Until next time, everyone, keep leading with clarity, keep leading with courage, and keep leading with a legacy. We'll see you next week by God's power, everyone. Do not forget to register for Unleash Your Power or Disrupt HR. We want to see you at both. Good night, everyone. God bless you.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS. Well, we're moving on